All right, so my name is Jim Battenfield. I am here today with Cordarius Harris and Joshua Taylor, both of Blue Mountain College. Cordarius is a 9-time national champion, and Joshua, not quite as big of a resume, but we're working on it. He just finished second at the Collegiate Nationals this past weekend in Oklahoma City, and a member of that championship team from ENATS last summer. So we're here today. We're going to talk a little bit about things going on in Mississippi, but we're going to start, since we're starting with Blue Mountain people, we're going to have a little bit of a recap about how everybody did. I was there the whole weekend, but I know very little about how everybody did, except for people that are on my platform. So, Cordarius, we'll go ahead and open up with you. I know you handled several people, including Chris, who put up quite the interesting video today that I imagine is going to be the talk of the internet. Since we can't film in the coach's box, but he had the glasses on that we're filming on the platform. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I like it, even as an old guy.
So, hey, I was trying to be 50-50 with Christian's glasses because I don't know if it was approved or not, because I don't know. It wasn't in the rule book, so he wear them. He got his own POV, so he got that. And
it wasn't the craziest. It wasn't the craziest thing we saw this past weekend, for sure. At least he didn't do a bicep curl, so there's that.
Fair point. And
that dude was just trolling the whole time.
I thought it was hilarious. And then I was kind of, even with being a traditional powerlifting guy, I wasn't upset by it. On Roar's podcast, he gave a little bit of an explanation, and then I was even more like, I knew why he did what he did. It made more sense. Basically, the long and short of it is, I would encourage anybody that's listening to this that hasn't heard the explanation to go check out Josh Ward's PL Bod's podcast that has the explanation. But the short version is, there were some small loopholes. As things went, the young man realized he wasn't going to be able to have the day he hoped he was going to have anyway, so he figured he might as well have a little fun. And that's exactly what he did, and definitely the talk of the internet all day Monday for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in Georgia. So, Cordarius, let's get back to Mississippi about some of the people you handled.
All right, the recap. So, on the girls' end, they got third place, so that's a kudos to them. As the guys, we got fifth overall. So, very much improvement. There were freshmen, basically, half the team was basically freshmen for the guys' side, if you didn't know that.
I wasn't aware of that until after the contest when you told me, and then that made me feel much better about fifth place when you guys have been in contention, considering, obviously, when you lose an athlete like yourself, and then Zay, and then you have some other athletes lifting raw that have been lifting equipped, those kind of things make an impact. But to know how young the team is and get that performance, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, and one thing I'm proud of these freshmen about, they realize, like, it is different. And I cannot see that. All right, basically, young talent, man. It's basically young talent.
Yeah.
They got time to improve themselves, because as a freshman, there's 1% chance you're going to win nationals unless you're like J-Lo. If you're not like J-Lo, you're not going to.
I tell you what, that was, I had an opportunity. That was one of the performances. I think that might have been the first Blue Mountain kid I got to watch lift all weekend was Jaden. And boy, he put it together, didn't he? That's a historic level performance. I saw it was reposted on a site today that had about 21,000 followers. I think the internet is going to give that guy his flowers, and man, he's just a baby. So.
To recap, we have multiple All-Americans, which I'm proud of, to add on to the list. And as you know, Jaden Lowe's national champion, Lawrence Jones national champion, and a three-peat for Zaria. And to add on to that list, Aisha Garcia.
I ran into her later. I got to congratulate her. Congratulate her on her win. Anytime you get a national title win, especially to meet like Collegiate Nationals, is a big deal.
And much more to come into the future for the team.
Absolutely. All right. So, Joshua, did you end up handling anybody, or did you just end up kind of trying to keep things together? Because I know you were a little banged up coming into this meet.
I was back there with JB, Jaden Brown, and I didn't do anything but put him in his vent shirt and just talk to him the whole time. He had wanted me back there and just kind of helping, and I told him I would. No, I had kind of tweaked my hip a little bit, but about 2 weeks out, and then I went to the chiropractor and he adjusted me and I was fine. Going into the meet, I was ready. I was excited. Coach Jay really had me just hyped up for the meet, and I don't know, like there wasn't really nothing went wrong. Even though I re-injured my hip again on my last squat. Everything went to par. Everything went as planned. The plan was to win, and then, we prepped to beat everybody else in my weight class. And Caleb Linares comes up. There's nothing we can do besides go and hope for the best, and we did just that. I 100%. I know it says second place, and I'm so happy with Caleb because he did amazing. And honestly, like if it wasn't for him on my third deadlifts, I wouldn't been able to put my straps on for my squat suit if he didn't do it for me. And he was just sitting there telling me, "Hey, come on, we got to keep going." Amazing competition right there. Real joy. A good guy right there. I was really happy with the outcome from me, and especially Jaden and even the others, because there was only 3 returning athletes on the equip side that's been to a nationals. The rest of the guys, they're young. There's literally nothing you can do besides go and go and lift and have fun, and that's exactly what they did, and they got the job done. I don't count this as a loss. I count this as a learning experience from me to Stay to Zay to Jalen to Coach Jay, all of us, to Bethany. I count all of it as a learning experience, and that every single one of them, and even myself as a senior, is proud of them. Because and on the girls' side, I couldn't be more proud because they just keep climbing the ladder each year on collegiate nationals, and they're still going to keep climbing even after this year. So people got a rude awakening when it comes to the BMCU girls side and the guys side. It helps to have experience, and now they have that. They got that meat under their belt. They don't have anything else to worry about. Just go out there and have fun. And I think we're straying away from that. As the meet kept going on, Coach Jay just kept encouraging, have fun. Don't worry about numbers. Don't worry about anything but making it undeniable depth, pauses, picking the weight up, and just going and having fun. And I would say they did just that, especially towards the end. And I'm very proud of all of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. One performance for sure that we haven't touched on yet that stands out to me is MJ. I've got
snapped completely in half.
yeah. MJ broke her collarbone on the bench press, and they came out and pulled an opening deadlift, which really, like all the medals, all the flowers. I did a post on the USA PLMS Instagram. If you're not following us there, feel free to do that as well. Yeah, it's really something. Some of the performances I did get an opportunity to see, and that one I didn't even know about until after the fact when she posted about it. So that's when I had to kind of go back and I watched it in some downtime after the meet. What little downtime you have between third session and first session. Tell me a little about
Jim.
Do what?
Something interesting happened to you. You want to talk about it?
I can. So, all right. So, yeah. Hey, look, my knee still looks pretty gnarly. All right. So, at this championship, we have lifters that are competing in multiple age groups. It's very unlikely you're going to have an athlete that's a T2 that's in college, but it is very likely that you have a T3 or a junior, and even some open that are involved. Well, because of that, it's unfair to allow somebody to chip a T3 or a junior world record because it's going to give them an advantage. So at this championship, the only records you could chip are the collegiate American record and the open world record. early on in the week, I believe it might have been session 3 on Thursday. We had somebody turn in an attempt of 140.5 on the bench press, and we did not have the sheet on the jury table to confirm that it was a collegiate American record. It was a world record for either T3 or junior, I forget which. Can't imagine why after what I'm about to go into. But Danny Roach, who was on the jury with me, went one way to double check with the scores table, and then I went the other way to stop the platform. And when I went, I don't know if I hit the leg on the speakers or what happened. But when I did, buddy, I started falling, and there was nothing to grab, nobody in the way. It's just me and then that table that was in the distance. And on the way, I took out the live stream cameras. So that was my first concern after, oh no, how bad am I hurt? Is oh man, am I fixing to have to buy these cameras to replace them for Kevin and Barbell Productions? I was moving around pretty good, man. I was enjoying walking around the beautiful city of Oklahoma City. We were in a great area in the Bricktown district. You know, had some nice walks to the venue. We went and walked to get food and all that. And
Glad you're safe. Glad you're good. Glad you're able to walk. No more falling.
Yeah, look, so that's the first time I've fallen in a powerlifting meet, I think ever. So hopefully we can just keep that count to 1 for some time. So, all right. So let's talk about what do you guys have? What's next on the calendar for you guys?
We have Worlds universities out in Boston. We're taking a few out there to compete, and then kind of wanted to throw this out there. There's going to be a few of them from BMC competing with us, but a few of us are alumni. I mean, I'm not an alumni still yet, but Stay, possibly Zay, possibly Jalen, and a few others are going to, Bethany, and a few others are going to be competing with us. And a special return, Coach Jay's returning with us, so we're excited about that.
Hopefully don't make me crash out.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep my boy accountable, you know, but we got some heat coming to Equip Nationals and some heat on the girls' side coming to Worlds. So pretty excited to see that, but really excited personally for this Equip team again at Equip Nationals out in Philadelphia. And then after that, there's just some talks up in the air that we're trying to get things just official and making sure that we can run the next few meets very well here in Mississippi, whether it be in Blue Mountain, Tupelo, Oxford, wherever.
Well, one that we can talk about that is official, August 2nd. August 2nd over at YS Gym, we have the Meltdown on the Mississippi. I love the name. If you don't know the history of it, there was a meet in 1979 called the Meltdown in Mississippi that took place in Bay St. Louis, which is the birthplace of ADFPA, which is what became USA Powerlifting. ADFPA meaning American Drug-Free Powerlifting Association, which of course is the play on the name on why we have the IDFPA for our international organization. Little fun fact. I know you guys know, but for anybody that maybe listening that doesn't know. So the Meltdown in Mississippi in 1979, only 2 people posted a total. It included some legendary names like Bill Kazmaier, and the AC went out in the Blaze Gymnasium and nobody could hold on to the bar. No amount of talk in Mississippi could do that. So hopefully that's not the case when we have the Meltdown on the Mississippi, but it was a cool name, and then that's one that we may make annual, you know, because we could kind of get creative with it, take it down to Natchez, move it up to the Delta.
Yeah.
You know, the possibilities are limitless. You know, who knows what could happen there. But real quick, I want to touch on, because I didn't gas you up on it, and, you know, stay ready. Congrats on your Arnold, the Grand Prix championship win.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine, Josue Leon, come up a little bit short behind you. Josue was actually on some junior teams that I was on staff for many moons ago. So we've been making this ride in powerlifting together a long time. You know, longer than Coach Jay and I, and you know, longer than you and I. So you know, it's always good. It's nice when the Mississippi boy comes out on top, but you know, it's nice when somebody else that I know is right there behind you, pushing you a little bit, because I know you're not going to be taking any days off going in there Equip, because you know he's coming.
I already know.
Oh yeah, so you'll be fat and happy in that new weight class at 67.5. We'll be ready to go. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, sir. You already know. Stay ready.
That's right. Well, anyway, so I do have some questions. I'm gonna try to fire through real quick. So one question I received is, what does BMC powerlifting have to offer me? Talking to recruits that may be listening.
Um,
An older guy, what I guess the more I would steer you with that question is, what's been your favorite part as a lifter at BMC? Is it the opportunity for the travel? Scholarships are nice, but I tell you what, as an old man that has been around, and I put these jokes about being on tour. Going out and making the memories is what I remember now, and that's been the
I
best
would,
part for me in the last year.
I would say um, the friendships I've built over along the ways. I've known Coach Jay for this is my 12th year knowing him, but we've gotten closer and closer each year. And I always joke and I call him Dad, but like he genuinely is like another father figure to me. But also like stay like I remember whenever I was going through a dark time whenever my sophomore year of college, and Stay and Bethany were right there with me the whole time and pushing me, and I wanted to quit powerlifting, I wanted to quit all this, and Coach Jay and them two, they wouldn't never let me stop, and they kept pushing me. And I would say the friendships that make it along the way, no money, no nothing can ever compare to that. Um, uh, Nothing. That experience here at Blue Mountain, having that cross-centered friendships, um, and just it's like another family, man. You don't get that everywhere, and you don't.
What about you, Cordarius?
I would say it's more of piggyback off of Josh. Yes, it's the friends and family. Like we're basically like a family here. It's no like once you're in, you're in. You're in our family. Congratulations. And then the lifestyle, you have to grow up figuring out things and knowing things. You get more experience. Like say for a high school student that haven't been anywhere outside of Mississippi. Once you get to college, congratulations. You're going to Louisiana, Nebraska, wherever Collegiate Nationals is, wherever Equipped Nationals is, or even wherever the World Cup is, the Student World Cup is. You get to travel more, you get to see new things, you get to do a lot more things, and it's not just like you're not just by yourself.
Right.
You got a whole
That
team
team,
backing you up, family backing you up, everything.
yeah, that team camaraderie goes a long way. Um, and then just one correction there. It is a student world championship now. Not a cup. I know we did the cups last year when we were on the, like on the preview end where they were trying to decide how they're going to announce everything. But, the meet in Boston definitely is a world championship. So be the first one. We get to have some representatives of Mississippi in it, and I'm excited. I'm excited to go referee it. Eric Cordero, my buddy up there, puts on a great meet. I've actually got that meet shirt on from when I went last November as we speak, just by happenstance. It's just a shirt I grabbed because I like it. But yeah, I guess that about wraps it up for what I wanted to go over with you guys. Is there anything you want to add? I know, Cordarius, we can find you at Stay Tuned Radio on Instagram. Is that correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
then Joshua_list on Instagram for you.
Yes.
Okay. But the main thing is I just wanted to kind of get some info out. This is just a new format that we're going to try and see if it helps.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
all
Well,
right. But anyways,
I'll
yeah. So we'll go ahead and close out, and then just some of the stuff in the middle right here we can cut out. So,
yes, sir.
all right. Well, so appreciate it. Appreciate you guys taking some time for me. I know you guys are extremely busy. You guys, I tell you what, that's one of my favorite things about what you guys have put together at Blue Mountain. is I can always count on seeing you guys at meets, even if I have no idea you're coming. You know, I was not surprised. I was not expecting to see anybody in Appleton in high school nationals, and sure enough, there you guys were. Coach Jay included, drove up one way to go coach a kid, and then drove back one way and went straight back to work. So but anyway,
we know what we
yep.
signed up for.
All right, well,
It's the game.
That's right. Well, so you guys will be able to find this. We're going to have this on YouTube. We're going to have it. And for now, the plan is I'm just going to link it through my personal Instagram, which is at Jim Battenfield, JimBattenfield. And then I'm going to link this and upload it to the Team Mississippi, which made it a weird appearance all of a sudden back up on Instagram. I wonder what's going on with that. So you can find that at Team Mississippi PL on YouTube. But until next time, I'm Jim Battenfield for Cordarius Harris and Joshua Taylor. You guys have a great day.
You too.